What up, Kerr? What up, Ho? What up, my G? I don't know why I'm starting videos like that lately. Ooh, that rhymed. I see a lot of YouTube channels that capitalize on this loneliness and this hatred that men have in this modern culture through Redpill podcasts. Whatever podcast, Fresh and Fit, and YouTube channels like Arako TV, where they make content berating women who make terrible choices. This Arako TV guy posts daily videos. Alright, and it's just a bunch of, promiscuous women. Sure, they might be making terrible choices, but who are we to shame them for their choices? Don't you think there is a problem how men are getting addicted to this kind of content? This guy only has 800,000 subscribers, and his videos daily get 600k. You're close to his subscriber count. This guy is making stonk. He's making bank from monetizing men's loneliness, monetizing men's anger and hatred for modern women. This is a weakness. You guys can't be this compulsive, this obsessed with this kind of content where women are being made fun of. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I'm totally against the hookup culture. I'm totally against promiscuous women and their choices. I don't agree with it, but we shouldn't be addicted to this kind of content. There should not be this consistent amount of rapid consumption of mocking women. This is crazy. They're encouraging us to have fixed ideas of how most women act. I'm not even going to argue if it's right or wrong here, but don't you think you should go and experience, go and get to know at least like 30 girls before you start following everything you see online? And don't tell me that you had a lot of experience with women and you find this to be true. Sick. But why are you addicted to content like that? Why do you still watch it then? If you already know it's true. To fuel that hatred, to validate your suffering, that women made terrible choices. This is kind of romantic lighting right now, by the way. It's just me and you, in a dark room. What's about to happen next? Find out in the next episode, you know what I'm saying? We're about to get down and dirty. The camera just died. Oh, for shit's sake. Camera, please. What is going Okay, the camera's back. For fuck's sake, man. I think that lately, self-improvement has been very much driven by loneliness, by anger and hatred, and that's something that's encouraged by many self-improvement YouTubers. But I do think that loneliness and anger are very strong emotions, and they should be channeled into improving yourself, into self-development. The goal should always be to get rid of these emotions internally, not just by achieving the material success that we imagine would get rid of these emotions. For example, when you look at a loving couple and then you start thinking, why isn't that me? Why am I different from that guy? That guy is uglier than me. That guy is less fit than me. Why the hell is he getting the girl? And then you get angry. Your loneliness fuels your rage and you drive that into your workouts. You drive that into your self-improvement, which is very cool. Don't get me wrong. Feels cool as hell. When the hard style hits and you get angry, you're busting out reps in the gym. That shit feels amazing. But that loneliness, that anger will become a part of you. Love and affection is not a path that you can linearly achieve by increasing your material success. And a lot of times, men like to put this blame on women that they suck at choosing, which I don't disagree with. Don't get me wrong. They do suck at choosing. That's only because we try to reason with it. We try to reason with how they choose. But connections between people are so much more than that. Redpill always talks about how, to become a desirable man, you must make 7 figures, you must talk in a certain way, you must be tall and confident, which of course are very true. Definitely. But connections between people, sure, there will be some general consensus that you can follow. There will be guidelines and things that turn out to be more often true than not. Of course, that makes a man more desirable, all those traits. There's no textbook for what makes somebody magnetic, what makes somebody attractive. There's so many things to consider. For example, maybe that guy that you think that you're better than is the best option that the girl has within her social circle. And too bad, you're not in her social circle, so you can't win that girl over. Perhaps that's her best option. And she's raised well, so she doesn't date through online or Instagram. There's so many different, factors and things to consider when it comes to attracting women. And I personally would get very, very hateful and lonely and resentful. Like, holy shit, you really gonna date that ugly, useless, not well-spoken, not fit guy over me? The most charismatic, the most attractive, the most witty and articulate man there is on the surface of this earth. Disgusting. Impossible. Bullshit. Women are terrible. Women fall for what they fall for, and that's that. I strongly believe in you should be who you want to be. Not try to be what you think will make you most desirable, but what you want to be. The maximum best version of yourself. That's what you should aim for. Not what makes you most desirable. That's what makes a person magnetic. When you're honest and you live your ideal, that's magnetic as fuck. When you're able to be vocal about what you think, when you're confident and you go after what you want, that is very attractive. Sure, some modern women need to be educated. Sure, there is some value to content like this. Sure, I agree. But if you are perpetually consuming content like this and you feel like it fuels some sort of fire within you, what does that say about you? Why are you doing that? Let's say you make it big using loneliness and hatred as your driving forces? Do you think a mentally healthy, loving partner would find that desirable in you? You're gonna build so many bad habits of dealing with people because of how angry you are. You're not gonna be a good partner, and you're not gonna attract the right women because you're so filled with hatred and loneliness. And let's say you do build yourself up. Let's say you sustainably, somehow, even with negative emotions and mental health problems, you don't self-sabotage. You build yourself up, you become something of substance. Wow. I'm impressed. But what kind of women do you attract? You attract those with daddy issues, those promiscuous women who want somebody to purposefully not answer them so they can have some drama in their relationships. You don't want that. Who wants that? I don't want that. And how I'm gonna attract people that don't do that, that don't play these pointless games, is to be someone who doesn't play these pointless games myself, is to become somebody who is driven by empathy, love, gratitude. These beautiful emotions are what should be driving you, or at least what you should be striving to achieve. I still need a lot of work. Very often, I absolutely enjoy using loneliness and hatred to fuel my workouts, to fuel my production. You know, we burn out all our loneliness and hatred in production, and we learn to believe in the good, we learn to trust, we learn to let go of our inhibitions and our anger, and then we go make relationships. And that's how we find the good people. Why do we enjoy watching women be shamed for their choices so much? Perhaps you're heartbroken, perhaps you're chronically and desperately lonely. That's why we need to support each other. You know, many times simps and incels get shamed for, instead of being seen as victims of loneliness and heartbreak and hurt. Either way, you need to heal in order to experience the company of good women. Reinforcing your negative ideas on how women behave is not going to help you heal, alright? So I suggest we wake the fuck up. Stop consuming this shallow masturbation type content. We must use that time to strategize on how we can meet good people. We gotta heal, whatever it takes. Stop lying to yourself. To better work.